Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. What a week. Today is Friday, and it's been a week of learning and trying to better myself and understand and listen and educate as much as I can. And we're going to continue that on today's show. You guys know I've brought in some of my favorite people in the space. A lot of them had returned this week. Jay Washington and Winston Marshall. RB3 guested for the first time. Tehran came on for the first time, and they've done an incredible job taking time out of their day to help us better understand and figure out how to be allies, or for people who are Black to relate and talk and speak on what is going on with Black Lives Matter right now. And we're going to continue to do that on the show, period. We're going to continue to do that on the show, period, because this is not something that I'm doing as a week-long, let's give this a real big push and then we'll see what happens. I'm just going to continue to have you guys tell me which Black influencers and voices you want to hear from. And of course, we're going to have guests of all different colors on this show, but I would love to be a platform where we can amplify Black voices. So continue letting me know. Today, I wanted to do a solo show, though, because I've learned a lot this week, and I feel like I do have some wisdom to impart and also some things to break down. And I feel like you guys have learned a lot this week, and I just wanted to talk with each other and, and figure out how best to communicate and continue during this time. So yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a show, guys. One hell of a show. I know that some of the things I really want to talk about today were some of the main things that I have learned that I didn't know, and some things maybe that I already did know, but that were just reaffirmed this week. One of the ones that I was looking at actually this morning through an Instagram post, and Instagram has been such a great resource, I feel, through all of this. It's not where the conversation stops, but it is a great way of sharing links, places to donate, imagery, videos, seeing what's actually fucking going on with the police and the brutality and all of this stuff. So, I learned today, because I've been I don't know about you guys, if you are Black, if people have been checking on you, or if you are not Black, if you've been checking on your Black friends during this time. But I definitely have been trying to check on my Black friends during this time. And one of the posts that I saw today was like, here are phrases to avoid. Don't ask how they are. They're not doing well. Don't ask how they're holding up. Not well. Don't ask what's up. Not good things. So those are phrases that I've caught myself using in the past. And we know the answer to those questions. So those aren't the questions to ask. It's more about seeing what you can offer and how you can help, and being supportive and saying that you're there, and that you also, not to brag, but in any ways that you're fighting, you want to share that with your Black friends so they know that you're putting your money where your mouth is. And I don't just mean that financially speaking. If you're going to these protests, you want to tell your friends you're doing that so they know that you really are an ally. If you are fundraising, if you are signing petitions, if you are doing anything, like calling the government and letting them know that protesters should be released from prison, or that you're demanding the arrest of officers, or any of those things, you want to let people know that. So it shows them where your heart is and what you're actually doing, and not just claiming to be an ally. Because one of the biggest things I learned this week, and I think that maybe you guys did too, or a lot of us, is that it's not good enough to not be racist. You have to actively be anti-racist. And that's something that I never realized. And I think I've spent my whole life just not being racist. And I don't know that I've actively been anti-racist. I know I've shied away from conversations that are tough to have. When people have said racist things, I've rolled my eyes and sighed and I haven't corrected them. Or when I've seen racist things happen, I've looked at it, thought that was horrible, and not not done much about it. And that's not fucking okay. And it stops here and it stops today. Um, and that this was something that actually came up in I take an acting class, and last night in the class we were on the call, and one of the people on the call is we were on a Zoom call because that's how we do our class, and one of the people there is a massive Trump supporter, and is very Republican, and that is fine. That he voted for Trump, and it's fine that he's a Republican. I have friends who are Republicans, and I have friends who vote for Trump because they voted with their wallets or whatever reason. But this is not a political issue to me, and I don't think it should be a political issue to anybody. So he started making some comments that were, in my opinion, showed that he did not believe that Black Lives Matter. And, saying that he was outraged about TVs being stolen and making a joke about the riots. And I didn't hear him have any outrage about the deaths of anybody or anything that happened to George Floyd or Ahmaud Arbery or Breonna Taylor. Happy birthday today. Would have been her 27th freaking birthday today, which makes me want to cry. All the beautiful artwork that's going on with her face on it. Just, it's heartbreaking, but he hasn't expressed any of that. He was upset about the televisions, and I got so upset that I got off of the Zoom, and it kind of caused a little bit of a scene, and I spent all last night dealing with what is the best way to educate somebody, and what is the best way to call somebody out in the hopes that they will actually learn and change, and not to shame them, not to make yourself feel like a white savior or better about yourself. How do you actually make a difference and an impact? And I think that sometimes means pulling somebody aside and explaining to them and seeing this is a test for me these days. But I believe that anybody I associate with, family member, lover, friend, colleague, anybody I'm associating with, if they cannot say out loud that Black Lives Matter, then I can no longer associate with them. And I've decided that's got to be the way that I live. That's just that. And I don't know that this guy feels that they don't matter. That was how I felt based on the that's how I felt based on his comments. So I do think you should give somebody the chance to really show where their heart is. People do misspeak. People do say things that are ignorant instead of hateful. And education is important, especially with non-Black people educating people right now, because as we heard from all of my Black guests this week, Black people are fucking exhausted, and they have the right to fucking be exhausted. And we need to step up. And those of us who are starting to learn because we've been listening need to start educating so that Black people don't have to fucking do that all the time. Because I was exhausted last night trying to figure out how to educate one person. So yeah, but I was then talking to my friend Steph Sabra afterwards, and I just think I was talking to her about history books, I think in the past things have been many events in history have been very gray. There's been a lot of gray events. Even like, you know, people fighting over land, right? Or you take a lot of wars and there's usually a right and a wrong, but there's gray area and everybody's kind of doing war crimes in the time of war, and not everybody, but there's so many things that take place, and like just there's a lot of different moving parts. If this is written about in the history books, one day I believe it will be stated there are people in this country and on this planet, but right now this is really specific to this country, who do not believe that Black Lives Matter. And then there are the people who are right, who know that Black Lives Matter. So there are two sides, and there really is no gray area. This is one of those times where you either fucking believe that Black Lives Matter or you don't believe that. And if you don't believe that, there is no changing you, there is no educating you, there's no words that can make you believe that Black Lives Matter, then I believe that I personally cannot associate with you, but also I would encourage other people to take this on in their lives as well, no matter what that means. And that might come at a financial deficit, and that might come at a personal deficit. And and I know that everybody's situation is different, and I'm not telling anybody how they have to live their life, but I I'm no longer comfortable. I was never comfortable being associated with anybody who was blatantly racist, but anybody who can't say that Black Lives Matter is not somebody I can spend time with or care to know or will be employed by. Um, and again, this is new to all of us, and I know that this is a not new to all of us. This is definitely not new to Black people. This is new to me, and this is something that we're going to be talking about for a long time. But as of today, that is how I want to live my life. And I want generations that come after me and that come after the generation that comes after me to see that society, if you are somebody who don't believe, if you do not believe as a person that Black Lives Matter, that you are the fucking crazy one. And you are the one that cannot get work. And you are the one who cannot find love. And you are the one who doesn't have a family, because it's not okay to have that belief. It's not a religious belief. It's not there's two sides of this argument belief. This is you either are right or you're wrong, and there is no in between. So that is something I'm saying out loud here on the show today, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts about how you're planning on living your lives and what you are attempting to do and implement and things that you've learned. And I have more things to talk about, but I do want to take a second to look at the super chat and the chat in general, the Streamlabs, and talk to you guys and see where your heads are at. Eric Grebner, I just wanted to show my support and give you a lot of praise for your content this week. This level of discourse this week among you and your guests have been phenomenally high and truly helps this community. Eric, I'm so happy you feel that way. And I'm happy to be able to do that. And I feel, not to sound like a millennial, but so fucking blessed that I have this platform and I'm able to do that. So thank you. You guys keep hearing me swallow. I feel like I've been crying all fucking week, and it's just making. Anyway, Lewis Cox, hey Roxy, love what you do. This is important time. It really is. This is one of the most important times. And I saw a post today, like people who wonder what they would have done during the Holocaust, or different wars and whatnot. What you're doing now is what you would do then. Obviously, that doesn't exactly translate, but you're either fighting or you're not. And If you have the choice to fight or not, choose to fucking fight or you're not doing this right. So, Larry Lease, guys, hit that like button. You're doing amazing work during this time. But major shout out for Ben and his stream last night. I saw that Ben Goddard raised like $12,000 or something. That was fucking crazy. I am going to be doing another benefit stream on here, I believe, next week. I just have to figure out what. You guys let me know what you want to see, how you want to see it. But we raised a couple $1,000s and that was incredible. But there's more work to be done, and I feel that. So I'll keep you guys posted. But you guys also, I would love your input. Cats 2079. How do you convince people that all lives matter is racist? Okay, so I've had this conversation with a few people. I'm just going to take a sip of my tea. This is no shade. I just need tea right now. Wow, that was a very loud swallow. Okay, a couple different ways. Number one, I don't think it's about convincing them that it's racist. It's about convincing them that it's not the fucking point. So it's not helpful. And anything that's not helpful right now is hurtful because it's a distraction. So one is the house on fire example that we've talked about. One person's house is on fire and so there's two houses. One's on fire and one's not. And a passerby goes to run over to the house that's on fire. And somebody comes out of the house that's not on fire and says, "Hey, where are you going?" And she says, "I'm going to help this house because it's on fire." And the person in the non-burning house says, "What about my house?" And the girl who's going to help the house on fire says, "Well, is your house on fire?" She said, "No." So, but my house still matters. Nobody said that it didn't matter, but this house is on fire and people are fucking dying. So we need to help this house where this house is on fire and people are dying and your house is fine. So that's the point. It's fucking ludicrous. And all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. So if you can't say that Black Lives Matter, then how can you say that all lives matter? It doesn't make sense. So for those reasons, and yeah, it's also like when Tehran came on, he talked to us a little bit about the swastika and how originally the swastika was a Hindu symbol for peace and love and something along those lines. But if you see somebody wearing a swastika now, they're just in a fucking swastika. And nobody can wear that and think that that's okay. So even though all lives matter constitutionally initially was supposed to be a phrase where all lives matter, now it's been taken over by people who really don't believe that. So if you use that phrase, you will rightfully so be clumped in a group with those people. And that's kind of how I've been talking to people about why all lives matter does not work. Thank you for asking, and I hope that that helps a little bit. I know these conversations are very difficult. Matthew W., have you come across someone close to you that doesn't believe in BLM? What would you do if it was someone close to you? So I talked about this person in my acting class last night, and I don't know, and I'm doing some investigation into what he really believes. I do not know anybody in my life. No, I do not have somebody close in my life who doesn't believe this. I grew up in a very, very liberal town, a liberal city right outside of Boston, Newton. I will say it was a predominantly white and just a predominantly white city. There is a system in Boston called Metco where kids from the inner city are bused to suburbs and are able to go to public schools. So we were part of the Metco program. So there were some Black people at my school. Also, there were some that lived in Newton, of course, but not that many. But in general, I had 3 gay principals in my time throughout my elementary, middle school, high school experience. I had a transgender teacher who transitioned while we were in high school. Um, there were teachers who were every color under the sun, and uh, you know, I we we're a blue state, but my city especially was very, very liberal. So that really helped. That anybody from my past, anybody from my life is incredibly clear. And it was great to see all of my high school friends because I'm still very close with all of them. Every single one of them has been posting about Black Lives Matter. They all posted the square for Blackout Tuesday, but more so than that, they're all donating and posting links and going to protests and everything. So there's a lot of uh, that. Nobody in my family, nobody from my past. Then I moved to Los Angeles, which is relatively liberal as well. Not that you have to be liberal to believe that Black Lives Matter, but for some reason, sometimes those two things go hand in hand. Not all the time, but sometimes. Um, I'm part of the entertainment community out here where, AfterBuzz is, I believe, more than 50% made up of hosts that are Black. So, eh, you wouldn't be a part of that community if you didn't believe that Black Lives Matter. And uh, it's never surrounded me. So I cannot think of a person in my life who doesn't believe that wholeheartedly and isn't fighting for that right now. If I did have somebody close in my life, because that was the second part of the question, what would I do? I don't. I would like to think easier said than done. But if somebody close to me in my life did not believe that Black Lives Matter, I would try to educate them, try to explain, try to have them watch certain movies, read certain books, TV shows. Um, if that wasn't working, uh, I would see why they didn't feel that way. And if I couldn't get them to come to the right side of this, they would no longer be in my life because I don't really care who you are. In terms of if you are a family member, if you are a significant other, if you are a friend, cannot have that in my life because then I'm not practicing what I preach. So I think the hardest one would be a coworker because you don't really have that much say because they've been hired. But then I guess I would just always educate and not be friends with that person. But again, easier said than done. So that's what I think. But you guys, it's a tough conversation. Jonathan Donsel, yesterday video with Jay taught me a lot. Thank you. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. I'm glad that you watched. Jay is amazing. He's freaking awesome. Preston Bryant, you don't necessarily have to convince them it's racist, but All Lives Matter is just a disingenuous rebuttal to Black Lives Matter. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't really need to. It's not that you don't need to make sure people know that it's racist. You just need to explain why it doesn't help the cause. Biggerford Entertainment. I appreciate you and the fact that you're using your platform to support us. We need all the people to stand up. That's the only way it will be heard. I will do it always. And this I swear as much as I can. So you don't need to thank me. It's something that I think I've done in the past, but I'm planning on doing more in the future. Oh God, guys. I know that I feel tired, but I know that I'm not even fucking allowed to feel tired right now because this is a fight that's been going on forever, and it's a fight that I'm finally joining with my whole heart, body, and soul. And it's about fucking time. So let's go over to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer and see what's going on over here. Sorry that I went up late or early today, guys, and didn't give you guys much notice, but thank you for being here anyway. All right, let's check this out. Weston Ira says, Patreon taxes suck. I'm doing lightsaber and boxing training at home before adding Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do, is that how you say that? And archery. Still stuck in flashbacks, but it's helping slowly. What do you think of Prim from Hunger Games being the new Batwoman? Wait, I don't understand anything you just said to start. What was that? Patreon taxes suck. What? Oh, because they added something, right? I don't even fucking know how exactly that's working. Uh, I don't know how. I've gotten some letters, but I really haven't looked into it much yet. But okay, that was the first part. I'm doing lightsaber and boxing training at home. What is lightsaber training? I'm not sure. What do I think of Prim from Hunger Games being new Batwoman? Well, they said that I don't know if you guys saw this. We haven't talked about anything comic book related, but they said that they're gonna get rid of Kate Kane, the character, right? I mean, I really don't know. Prim is cool. I don't have many thoughts on that right now. Again, my brain is just so not focused on that right now, just to be perfectly honest. But completely valid question. By the way, hello to my dear friend, Wendy, who's in here right now, giving love to you guys all, the movie couple. Wendy Lee Zaney, so good to have you always, babe. What a fucking week. Wendy fighting the good fight too over on her end, I always see. Glenn Caesar in here says, Roxy, much love to you for all the various ways that you've shown your support for Black Lives Matter over the past week, whether that's posting on Twitter, in the Facebook groups, doing fundraiser shows, or having special guests, etc. I'm proud to support you. Glenn, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you supporting me. Yeah, I really do. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say this out loud, but I'm gonna because I talk to you guys. Something that's been kind of interesting to me recently is in the last few days, and I didn't like say that I was only going to do this or whatever, but to amplify Black voices and because I already was having a lot of guests on that were Black, but I just wanted to make sure in the last few days when we're talking about Black Lives Matter, the best person to talk about Black Lives Matter, of course, are people who are Black because nobody else can fucking really understand. So I made sure this week that I was having some of my Black friends on the show. But what was interesting was I have a few friends, a few people in this space who I didn't know if they were Black or not. And I thought, what a crazy thing to hate somebody for when sometimes you don't even fucking know. Like, it's a crazy thing to hate somebody for a million other reasons, but like, there's some people where it's like you just don't fucking know. You don't know what somebody's race is. And is it appropriate to ask? So I'm still learning what is appropriate and what's not, but also it's so ludicrous that you could hate somebody for the color that they were born when sometimes you don't even know what that color is because that doesn't even fucking make sense. I wonder if you guys, I hope that's not offensive, but just thinking about that, like, this is crazy. This shit is crazy. For so many reasons. Going to Shell's Ghost. France has a very similar situation and are protesting in large numbers for George Floyd, as well as too many of their own people, like Adama Traore. I think something like 18 countries are protesting in solidarity. So that's how focused on here I've been. I don't even know Adama Traore. Traore. Let me see. George Floyd's case reignites anger over 2016 death in Paris. I don't even remember this. I'm so sorry, and that's fucking awful. And I didn't know that France had a very similar situation with police brutality in general. I would love to be educated on that. I've really only been focusing on the States. Thank you to Shell's Ghost. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Track stars. Please check out Tiara Tortilla IG post on her sad experience from LAPD during June 1 protest and how they got arrested. So inhumane, left them in a cemetery parking lot. Go Roxy and the Rockstars band. I'm going to have to check that out. I've been seeing so many fucking sad IG posts. I mean, do you guys see that? Everybody saw it, but the 70-something-year-old man get fucking knocked down, and people on the other side of this are saying that he tripped. It was like, what the fuck? We're looking at the same video. You guys can't even look at the same video and see the same thing. That shit is crazy. I'm curious what you guys are talking about in here. Let's see. You're right. You hear their ideas, not skin color, when identity is hidden. Show what one really matters. Thank you to Absolute Zero. Zachary Gibbons. I think all people are beautiful no matter their color. What a beautiful sentiment. Appreciate that. Sally says it's appropriate to ask Roxy. You can simply say, out of curiosity and respect, do you identify as Black? / how do you identify? I did that once, and I was told that it's not right to ask if somebody identifies as Black because, like, whoa, Vicky identifies as Black, because it's not really how somebody identifies. It's how they were born. You could ask somebody if what they identify at, what pronouns they use, or how they identify in terms of man, woman, non-binary, because that's something that you choose. But if you ask if you identify as Black, it's assuming that somebody has a choice in identifying not as Black. So I hear you on that, but I wonder if there's another word that could be used. I wonder. So yeah, you guys are talking about that video. It was fucked up. It was really, really fucked up. I do encourage you guys, I know I talked about this earlier a bit, but I do encourage you guys during this time to reach out to your friends and family members and loved ones who are Black, colleagues, because that's very important. A lot of my Black friends are doing posts on their mental health right now, and it feels like it'd be impossible to have good mental health right now, but we need to be doing anything that we can. And I have thrown it out there for every Black colleague, every Black friend of mine. If I can do anything during this time, let me know. If I can promote something, tweet something, you want to come on my show, you want to say anything, you need a platform, you need support with something, finances, whatever the fuck it is, anything. And I think that we should all be, and not that everybody has a platform or those things to offer, but we can offer other things. I know that it's really hard protesting during the time. Can I send you a meal? Is there here are the, you don't want to make them do more work, but like, here are the petitions I've signed. Is there anything else you feel like I'm missing? Or, I sent some people lacrosse balls because people who are protesting are getting really cramped up, and it's good to roll out their legs. There's different things you can do. Different things like that. Sally says, do you consider yourself Black? Are you Black? I've been asked all versions of this question. Yeah, I feel like you can just say, with curiosity and respect, are you Black? But I don't know. It's such a interesting thing that the fact that you even have to ask somebody shows how much it doesn't fucking matter. Like, or shouldn't matter, because you don't even know. And it doesn't have anything to do with who they are. Not that being Black doesn't help, like, doesn't shape people, but it doesn't have to do with anything that they are in terms of whether or not you like them, respect them. Like, it shouldn't have any bearing on fucking anything. Douglas Johnson says, a friend posted online about the textbooks we read in school and how they were only half-truths, and you should always question why. The reason why is because the past is written by the victor. Hashtag BLM. Very true. Very true. I don't know how this will be written about in textbooks, but I know that it needs to be. And I know that I didn't know about the Tulsa Race Massacre until last year when Watchmen came out, and I know I fucking should have because I went to school. So that's something that needs to be taught, and it fucking wasn't, which is not okay, which is why we need an overhaul of everything. And that takes time, but we need to start now. We needed to start years ago, but we need to fucking start now. Ben Rayner says, "Hi, Roxy. Great stream yesterday with Jay. On a lighter note, I watched that Zoom gone wrong video. It's great. Couldn't stop watching for like 20 minutes. Yeah, it is fucking amazing. I know. I know. For anybody who missed it, it's like a guy jerking off. It's a whole thing. Go back to yesterday, and I think there's a link in somewhere. Glenn put a link in the Facebook group or something along those lines. Oh boy. Oh boy. It is nice to have moments of levity during all of this. It's so needed. And at least for me, I don't know about for you guys, but I'm guessing. Stone Fanboy in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, as usual, great shows this week, Roxy, especially Jay's episode. Love him and thought y'all had an amazing conversation. Keep doing what you're doing in these hard times. I'll be doing the same by giving my support in any way I can. Stay strong. Thank you, Stone Fanboy. You rock. Chris Martinez in the Streamlabs says, thank you so much for making this community be so inclusive and diverse. As a non-Black person of color, I am so happy to feel safe in this community. You have definitely gained a new patron and subscriber in me. Chris, I'm so happy to hear that. And if anybody ever doesn't feel safe, you let me know, because this community is for you guys. And I don't ever want to, even if it means having more followers, it's not who I am. I'm never going to cultivate a community in which people are not safe and loved. And I know I said this before about my friends, my family, my colleagues, but I will say it about you guys, the fans, the supporters, the rock stars. If any of you guys do not believe that Black Lives Matter, this is not the place for you. There is no fucking place for you, but you are not welcome here. And I think that's the first time on my show I've ever said that somebody's not welcome here. But if you believe that Black lives do not matter, you cannot be here. Because that, in my soul of souls, in my heart of hearts, it goes against everything that I stand for and everything I want to create. And you're wrong. And you can't be here. So I think I'm preaching to the choir right now, but just in case I haven't made that clear, for this community, those are the rules. And those are the fucking rules. Yeah, those are the fucking rules. So, yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys are freaking awesome. I appreciate you all. Everybody's being so supportive. And anybody who comes from the Schmodown community, I put a long post in there yesterday about what happened with Robert Meyer Burnett. I know I talked about that on the show with Jay, but I'm still seeing hate for RB3, and it makes me fucking ill. RB3, as you guys know, is a friend of mine. He guested on the show this week, and he is the sweetest, most genuine, most thoughtful, incredible, creative, smart, kick-ass fucking person. And there is no room in the world for an ounce of hatred towards him, because he's so amazing. And I don't understand how anyone could feel otherwise about him. He is the best. So I don't stand for that. I won't tolerate it. And I don't think anybody who knows him will, because he is the best. So this is nothing against Robert Meyer Burnett. As I said in my post, I like him, and just so you guys know, I have never had an interaction with him. I didn't know when I wrote that post. I didn't see what Clark and Emma had written, and this is not contradictory to what they've written. This is not me saying that what they wrote was wrong in any way. They are allowed to share their stories. I support both of them. I first of all, you guys know Emma is like my ride or die homie. I fucking love Emma. I love Clark too. She's awesome. She's somebody actually I would like to get on the show soon. But I personally never experienced anything like that with him. I wouldn't call him trash because I never experienced that. He was nothing but uh we actually didn't interact that much together. When we did, he was a little he marched to the beat of his own drum and was nothing but kind to me. So I have nothing to say about him in terms of my history with him. But when it comes so this does not mean that I'm upset with him for what is now happening, which is RB3 receiving hatred, which is not fucking okay. Period. Like, whew, that makes me feel sick. As if he's not fucking dealing with enough every day, but especially this week. So, no. Good question from Olive Juice. I don't know who you are. Are you famous? What do you guys think? I'm like an E-lister? Maybe like a low leech tier of building my way up? I don't know why that made me giggle. Grumpy G in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Keep strong and never give up the struggle. This is not a phase. This is a new way of life and something that I am not going to stop and I'm going to keep fighting for. And I'm saying it out loud so that you guys can hold me accountable and I can hold me accountable. What's been going on for too long is fucked up. It's fucked up. And that's that. That's that. All right, let's see. What do you guys think? Kate Van D. Oh, Kate, you're awesome. You're Roxy. You're all. David says you're an A-lister to me. Ooh, David. Yeah, that's right. That's probably more accurate. Like me and The Rock are probably like on the same-ish level. Just to be clear. Andrew says, I think B or C. You're a good person, Roxy. Gosh, guys, you guys are cracking me up. Good. I need the laughter. Moosty, we miss you. Moose_review says, wow, this is incredible. After months, I've finally been able to catch you live. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Working on a 48-hour exam right now at home, 7 a.m. How are you doing, though? What the fuck is a 48-hour exam? You guys have he's in Australia. I think that Moosey, I don't know where, but somewhere in Aussie. 48-hour exam? I have no idea what that looks like or means. Wow. Damn. That's one hell of an exam. How are you doing, though? I am doing okay. I am fighting and going to continue to fight and feel like I don't really have a right to be doing anything but okay. I have a lot of work still, and also my phone broke 2 days ago, so it's not working, and I'm not getting a new one until Monday. These are all things that don't fucking matter at all, but so I haven't even brought them up because what the fuck does it matter? But that's kind of what's going on for me. So 48-hour exam, really? Okay. Yeah, I want to know more. Breonna Taylor's birthday. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Would have been 27. Just fucking crushing and sad and ugh. An EMT. Just doing good for the world and fucking tough. But I wish that she knew that she was bringing about such change. This is what I wish that for Breonna and for George Floyd and for Ahmaud Arbery and for I mean, I heard that the amount of people in 2015, so that's 5 years ago, who there was police brutality, black people who suffered from police brutality was over 100, with none of the cops getting any kind of it, nothing. No, I mean, maybe a slap on the wrist. So then that was 5 years ago. So to every single one of them, I wish right now they could see what was going on and how change is coming and we are fighting for it. And George Floyd died without knowing that he was about to start an entire fucking revolution. Um, you know, like what MLK knew. MLK knew he was a leader. He knew he was what he was doing. George Floyd's death means something, and he had no idea and probably thought that like the thousands of other people who have died because black people who have died from police officers or white supremacists, he probably thought it was just going to be another death that went unnoticed or unspoken about. So that's my one wish. I have a million wishes, but that's one of my wishes, is that they could know, and somewhere that they're seeing like that it fucking meant something. Which is, if you believe in heaven or God or anything like that, then maybe you know that they are seeing this. Nerds in Suits, Ben Bateman, keep fighting rocks. Sorry about the phone. Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole fucking thing, and I would tell you guys about it on any of my streams that weren't this week about what happened and like how I've been on with Verizon since 6 in the morning, and for the last 2 days I've had to go everywhere from Best Buy to every Verizon, which are all closed, and Apple's, which are all closed, and wooded up. But let's be honest, this isn't the time to bitch about that. So that was my little vent sesh. That's what will happen here. Moosty says, okay, yeah, correct. I only have 48 hours to write a certain number of words. Last week of uni. Anyway, I know it's a tough time right now, and I just wanted to send love. Everyone down here here's what's going on. It's fucking crazy here at Moosty. And thank you for sending this. And wow, 48 hours to write a certain number of words. That's wild. I want to know. I don't think we have that here. We don't have 48-hour exams. Because what are you supposed to do? Like not sleep and just keep writing? I don't know. It's a tall task, if that's the right way to say it. If America wasn't already looked down upon, now people seeing what's going on with fucking Trump. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Fucking Trump. He keeps doing and saying the most ignorant shit I've ever seen. Ever. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck with him? The thing that he lacks that is the worst quality, the one of the worst things that a president can lack or a person can lack is empathy. And he has none. He has none. Putting words in George Floyd's mouth? Are you fucking kidding? You? Like, are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking stupid? I mean, the answer is yes. And less stupid and more evil? I couldn't even. I can't even. I don't even know what to make of that. This is what he said. For anybody who missed this, during his remarks at the White House Rose Garden on Friday, which is today, he said, hopefully George is looking down and saying this is a great thing that's happening for our country. It's a great day for him. It's a great day for everybody. That's because he was talking about the lower unemployment numbers. Go fuck yourself. Like, oh, it's a great day for him? Because I'm pretty sure he's not here because he was strangled to death with a knee by police officers. It's a great day for everybody because people are protesting and getting shot at in this military state that we're in. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? And do you really believe that? Or do you not believe that? And you're saying it anyway? It's hard to even know. It's hard to put yourself in his mind because I can't. When he does shit, I'm like, I'll never understand it. Larry Lee says, sadly, I just read Tenet is about to be delayed officially, meaning I still will be without a job. Perhaps the Snyder is wrong. What did the Snyder say? Are you talking about Jeff Snyder? And I didn't see that it was about to be delayed, but I'm not surprised. Although it does feel like with everybody protesting, we should have spikes in COVID. And are we having any spikes in COVID? Because I haven't really seen, but I don't work in a hospital. So, oh my God. Katie Thompson. Everybody give a round of applause for Katie. You're just another brainwashed white girl. You're a clueless idiot. How did I even get to this pathetic place? Bye, moron. Guys, how are we going to give enough love to Katie? I'm just curious. What do? We got to tell her how much we care about her and just like how brilliant she really is. Shit, I just wish that she could know how important her life is. Her life is just, it really matters. Good for you, Katie. Good for you. Dear Katie. What a fuck. What a little fuck. Anyway, sorry. I have to have fun with the trolls sometimes. Come on. I have to. You have to let me have fun with them. I'm sure right now Jake Yakovet is like, why did she put that up? I deleted it. I know, Jake. You're an amazing mod, but come on. This is fucking funny. Like, how'd I get here? I don't know, bitch. How'd you get here? It's literally called Black Lives Matter, what I've learned as a white girl this week. How the fuck did you get here? What did you think this video was? It's like every person that unsubscribes to me. Bitch, what did you think? Are you stupid? Why did you click on this? Yes, the answer probably is yes, that you are stupid, which is sad. Sorry that you're just so stupid. That sucks. Larry Lee says, Snyder said that some of his sources say WB is just scrambling for a new date. Interesting. We will see. That's in regard to Tenet for anybody who wasn't listening before. Shout out to John Doe, always coming in with the big support. John Doe, whoever you are appreciated. And thank you for being here. Larry says, Katie, you are a rock star. Not. I'm all about that Katie life. Oh my God, is Katie the new Karen? Katie so is the new Karen. What a bummer for Katie's all over the place. Sorry. We are getting out of here very soon, guys. Let's talk a little bit of housekeeping. What's going on this week? Oh my God, Sally. Great minds think alike, babe. Katie's the new Karen. Come on, it's so good. Larry Lee says, Katie and Carlos. No, but Carlos was just trying to write pussy. You can't really be mad at Carlos. Katie's actually an ignorant racist fuck. So, I mean, there's a little bit of a difference. All right. So I don't know I don't know what's happening tomorrow in terms of guests. I do know I'm going up late. So I will be up tomorrow at 3. So tomorrow, 3 p.m., we'll be live at the Roxy. I'm either going to do another solo stream to decompress, or I don't know, maybe some of you guys want to pop on, or maybe I get another guest. I'll figure that out. For Sunday, Janine is coming on. Janine Bryce, Janine the Machine. Happy to have her back live at the Roxy. She'll be here at 1. And then I'll let you guys know my slate for next week. But again, looking for people of color, for Black people, and obviously that's not exclusive. Anybody of any color is welcome. But when you guys are suggesting people, keep in mind that we want to make sure these conversations are well-rounded, and you can do that better when you are more diverse. Period. So, yes, just wanted to let you guys know that as we got out of here. I'm still thinking about my girl, Katie. She really spoke from the heart. I got a lot of heartfelt Katie-ness from that. Melvin Mayo, Katie is Karen's daughter. Oh my God, Karen had a daughter and her name was Katie. And Karen was like, listen, Katie, I was basic, but you have to take it to the next level. You're basic and racist. Got it, Katie? Okay, Katie, go out into the world now. I don't know why I think this is so funny. Are you guys with me? Glenn says, Katie is no Carlos. At least Carlos was funny in his persistence. Totally true. Katie went away. Katie, what happened? I thought you were standing your ground, honey. Thought you were here to tell us that Black lives don't matter. Where'd you go, babe? Oh, we scared you? Damn, Katie. Moosty, my God, I love you, Roxy. That Katie crap made my day. Could watch you for hours. Anyhow, heading back to work. We'll talk soon. Much love as always. Good luck with this 48-hour crazy shit that you're doing, man. And congrats on the last week of school. And you got this. You got this, babe. You're in a much better place than I am right now. So, Katie or Carlos could get through the mod squad. They couldn't, but we'll see. Katie might make a comeback at some point. Anybody in here rooting for Katie? Any Katie supporters? Karen's daughter, Katie. All right, guys. On that note, we are getting out of here. So much love to you. And I'll see you tomorrow live at the Roxy at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And the next day we'll be back to 1, and that will be with Janine the Machine. Absolutely, Dwayne, if you would like to come on the show, I'd love to have you. If you're in here, which I think you were before, but I don't know about now. But fuck yeah. Anyway, let me know if you're interested. I have a lot of friends that I've reached out to who are not interested in coming on the show right now because they don't want to talk about things anymore. And that's totally their prerogative. And that works as well. So yes. What Paul's saying, never mind to what? PLD, what are we never minding? Oh, he tried to pussy. Oh man, you couldn't finish it out. Guys, for anybody who didn't watch doesn't know about the Carlos episode, they are so confused. It's okay, Katie. Katie's of the world. It's okay. All right. She's getting out of here. Thanks for talking with me today about things that we've learned. We're going to continue to have these conversations, and I'll see you guys tomorrow live at the Roxy.